Here we go. Thank you, councillors. It being 5:45, the commencement time for this special meeting will bring the meeting to order. Please be advised that this council meeting is recorded. It will be live streamed and will remain available to the public online through our YouTube channel. And welcome to those that have joined us in the public gallery for this special meeting. As is our tradition, I'll start with the acknowledgement of country. So the Central Coast Council acknowledges and pays respects to the traditional owners of Lutruwita, Tasmania, the Palawa Pakenham people. And we acknowledge the Punalapana tribe of this northern country, and in doing so we celebrate one of the world's oldest continuing cultures. And our own statement of values, guided by the diverse beliefs, experiences and backgrounds of the people we represent, we strive to make inspired and respectful decisions today that will build a better tomorrow. Moving on to the attendance and apologies. So we have apologies tonight from Deputy Mayor John Beswick, from CEO Barry Munson, and from the Director of Community Growth and Development, Daryl Connolly. And that takes us to item 2, which is declarations of interest. Do any councillors or staff wish to declare any pecuniary or conflict of interest for any item on the agenda? Considering there's only one item on the agenda, that narrows it down, doesn't it? Any declarations for this evening? No, nothing. Fabulous, thank you. Which takes us to 3.1, the tender for Central Coast Council Strategic Housing Master Plan project. You've been provided with a report there and the necessary supporting documentation. And that is just the one item for tonight. Would a councillor care to move the recommended motion for this item, please?
So moved.
Thank you, Councillor Carpenter. Seconded, Councillor Hiskett. Councillor Carpenter, would you like to speak to this very long agenda that we have?
Very long agenda. There's more in the attachments, Mayor, than what there is in the agenda, which we are privy to. No, Mayor, it's a very fortunate council, I think we are, to be able to receive that amount of money to do this long-term project. I reckon we've all been waiting for a long time, first and foremost. So congratulations to staff for being able to attract that. It's an incredible opportunity to be able to make the most of it. And we must realise that it is an opportunity, and there's going to be some pressure on. There's some tight timelines, and council laws and people within council must work with our staff to make sure this is achievable. But I think the whole process has been done where we're used to being done, with our procurement policy and everything else has been followed, so I have no issues. I know you'll see some difference in prices, but I think with the tight timelines, the company that's been chosen can fulfil everything that we want and our wishes, and that's all we can go by, Mayor. So I have no issue of putting it forward to be adopted.
Thank you. Any other speakers? Councillor Hiskett.
Thank you, Mayor. As Councillor Carpenter said, it's fortunate, but you make your own fortune, don't you? I think it's the hard work and staff putting in the grant application to get this funding. Obviously, strategic planning is something that I would suggest to say the state does poorly through all of the local councils. And this is a step in the right direction for us to ensure that our strategic planning is up to scratch with any of the major cities in Australia and in Tasmania particularly, to make sure that we know where we want new land to be made available for either housing or industrial or commercial, where infrastructure needs to be upgraded, and this funding that we've been able to achieve here, although that will increase the workload of the council staff as well considerably, having it externally funded for a majority of it is such a godsend to the council. So we will, I think, use this. The step is now to use it wisely. As was previously alluded to, there are certain other figures that were put forward, but with the tender process that the council staff partook, I'm comfortable with the decisions made, especially with the tight timeframes and the considerable amount of work required. So I look forward to seeing this progress over the coming 10 months and see the outcome that we receive. So, Thank you.
Any other speakers? Councillor Viney.
Yes, I'd just like to say I'm very much looking forward to the process that's going ahead and keeping up with the steps that we have to go through to complete the process. It is a large part of our economic development plan, and getting a step up or a handout from the federal government to be able to do all this is a godsend in a lot of respects.
Thank you. Any other speakers? Councillor Wiley.
Just one more small comment just on what Councillor Heskett said, that even though they, sorry, excuse me, even though there has been some short timelines, there hasn't been any corners cut at all in the process that the staff have gone through to come up with this report. I think is just no corners have been cut. It's been a really thorough process, so I'm very pleased with the work they've done and thank them for that.
Thank you. Any other speakers? No. Councillor Carpenter, anything to close?
It'll be interesting, Mayor, won't it? But at the end of the 10 months, this will be actually could set a new benchmark for things going forward instead of some of these processes taking too long. This could set a whole new benchmark where you see money really, really well invested and a terrific outcome.